people thought you were a nerd, but you knew you were cool?
Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
So yeah, in high school, there were in many ways I could relate to the character, in terms of his everyone thinking he was a quirk for actually wanting to do something like this, but at the same time them supporting him too. So.
Now, did you meet the person you're playing?
Oh yeah, Homer. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I met him before when we worked rehearsing. I met him 2 weeks before we started shooting, and then he would come every other week during shooting, and I tried to sort of pick out different characteristics of him. You know, tried to do service to the real person. But I think at times it's hard because you have to develop your own sense of who you believe the character to be, and also sort of dramatize it, and then at the same time do service to the real person. So there was that. Meeting him, I tried to get his characteristics, but yes, I'm still actually very good friends with him. So.
Well, what did you notice about him? I mean, was there a shyness to him, or was he?
I think that when you meet Homer, there's this. It's a fascinating thing. It's like you shake the guy's hand, and no wonder this story was made into a film and into a book. That's how I feel. It's sort of like the passion runs through his fingertips, you know, like, and as it should for everybody. Why not? He has a tremendous love for life, like I've never met anybody before. So.
There's a difference between being good in math and science and having a love and passion for it. Right?
It's very true, I think. Well, specifically, personally, for me, I never had both, really. So I sort of had to draw. I had an interest in it, but I could never really do it very well. So eventually it deteriorated into going, whatever, science, it's not fun anyway, you know, being stubborn anyway. But what this movie did was open me up to the similarities between the passion that I had for my acting and the passion that Homer has for his rocket building. And it is, I think there's something very interesting about, regardless of the fact that people may say that you're not good at something, and you can still persevere if your passion lies there. And I mean, hearing the equations that Homer knows, and in the story being told that he's not good at math, seems like the biggest irony in the world. So, if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody.
Well, that's really what the movie is about, the fact that of having passion for something. It doesn't matter what it is. It happens to be science or rocket in this case.
Exactly. I think everybody's saying the same thing in a different way. And this is just one of the different ways that it's being said. And I think that the story is fascinating because of both its literal and then I think because of its metaphor, which is just the rocket and the idea of it going up. And the rocket being the dream metaphor, you know, that dreams can sometimes one dream is enough to light up the whole sky, you know?
Yeah, right. I mean, it sounds like a cliche maybe.
Exactly.
Outside the film, when you see it, it makes sense. I mean, it's the same thing with basically it's a jock film about science.
Exactly. It's a jock film about science. That's a good way of putting it, I think. It is so important, I think, that films like this are made because sometimes they're not made because, you know, the idea of being a jock in high school is always cooler, when I think they're just as cool. So, but then again, I was the nerd in high school, and I thought I was cool. So,
well, look now you got the girls.
Well, I don't know about that, but I got the rockets.